Cinque Terre. The Five Lands is a must-see destination that everyone should get to experience during their lifetime. Hi, we are
the Destination Dibbles,
and today we are taking you to the Italian Riviera to the charming seaside region known as the Cinque Terre. This famous coastal area that consists of 5 villages along the Italian Riviera is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. We first visited Cinque Terre on our trip in 2010 and it was a place we knew we had to bring our daughter to 13 years later. The Cinque Terre really deserves its own several-day adventure, but due to a jam-packed itinerary, we had to make it a day trip from Florence. The 5 seaside towns are surrounded by cliffs and connected by train or by hiking trail, the Sentiero Azzurro or the Blue Trail. We first drove from Florence to the town of La Spezia and then took the Cinque Terre train to visit the cities. The train ride will be your first glimpse at the beautiful blue waters and dramatic cliffsides that make the Cinque Terre so unique. Our first stop was in Corniglia, which is the middle of the 5 towns. The reason we ventured here first is we wanted to do the Cinque Terre trail from Corniglia to Vernazza to capture some of the most amazing views of Vernazza while we descended into the city. One of the distinctive features of Corniglia is its location. Unlike the other 4 Cinque Terre villages, Corniglia is not directly accessible by the sea. It is perched on top of a cliff, surrounded by terraced vineyards and olive groves. To reach Corniglia, visitors can take a steep flight of stairs called the Larderina, which has 382 steps, or use a shuttle bus service. Once we got off the train, took in the views of the sea by the train tracks, and we gazed up and up and up the long flight of steps. We were second guessing whether we made the right decision to start the trail in Corniglia. After braving the steps to get into the city, we took a quick visit into one of the main attractions, the Church of San Pietro, which dates back to the 14th century. The church features a simple yet elegant Gothic style facade and houses several beautiful works of art. Another notable site is the Oratory of Santa Caterina, a small chapel adorned with frescoes. Corniglia is also famous for its agricultural traditions. The terraced fields that cascade down the hillsides are used for growing grapes and producing wine. The local wine, called Vernazza di Corniglia, is well regarded and can be sampled in the village's wine bars and restaurants. Visitors can explore the village by strolling through its narrow streets, discovering charming shops, cafes, and gelaterias along the way. After visiting the church, we then set out to find a snack for fuel before we started on our 1.5-hour hike to Vernazza. We picked Il Posu Cafe, where we were able to load up on espresso and fresh squeezed orange juice. We spent a while longer just exploring the city's narrow streets and brightly colored buildings before making our way to the trailhead. We sat on a bench next to a water fountain so that we could fill our water bottles up ahead of the trek and also observe the tired hikers coming off the trail from the opposite direction.
The trail's coming.
Which trail?
I don't know.
Let's see.
That's her book.
The Vernazza.
Well, let's see.
Wait.
You'll have to show your Cinque Terre card at the trailhead, so make sure you have it ready. Depending on the time of the year, expect that the trails are going to be crowded. We went on a Saturday in early April, and even then the trails were pretty crowded with vacationers and tour groups. Expect a steady incline, but take the trail at your own pace. Stop, take breaks, and enjoy the incredible scenery. At the halfway point between Corniglia and Vernazza, you'll find a nice little cafe called Bar Il Gabbiano that you can stop at to enjoy the view and a drink. We definitely took advantage of this and found a table with a great view perched above the restaurant overlooking the sea and hiking trail. There was also limited window seating overlooking the sea inside this busy establishment. How's your smoothie?
How's your hike been so far? Only halfway up. The Bar Gabbano.
What's pizza? Mom, can you look it up?
Lemon orange slushies are the thing here. Everybody was ordering them. Yes, lemon orange slushies.
The second half of the trail is mostly a beautiful decline down to Vernazza. Including the stop at the halfway point to enjoy a beverage, it took about 2 hours for us to trek from Corniglia to Vernazza. You'll see all different ages and skill levels on the trails. By now, you know we like to fuel our bodies a lot and eat as much Italian cuisine as possible during our vacationing. So by the time we reach Vernazza, which is often considered one of the most picturesque and charming towns, we had to stop and find a thick slice of focaccia pizza. We grabbed some slices at a small shop we walked by, and we found a bench in the main square, Piazza Marconi, a vibrant hub where locals and visitors gather to socialize and enjoy the Mediterranean atmosphere. This is an important part of visiting the Cinque Terre. Once you start on the trails, it's tempting to fly through the cities to make sure you get to all 5. But it's more important to just sit and take in each city and its unique personality. Again, this is why you shouldn't try to tackle all 5 in one day. At this stop, we watched the waves crash in the harbor and people watched while we ate outside in the beautiful weather. The heart of Vernazza is truly its picturesque harbor, which is surrounded by pastel-colored buildings. The harbor area is dotted with fishing boats and offers a postcard-worthy view of the village. Visitors can relax in the small sandy beach or explore the rocky cliffs and coves nearby.
We had been waiting for at least 5 minutes to have a good wave that didn't really splash us, but that was big and pretty. When we walked away, everybody that was behind us got soaked. I got wet a little bit, and so did my dad, but everybody else was pure wet. Parents always know best. When it's time to go, it's time to go.
Dodged it by like 1 minute.
Mommy says it's time to go.
It's time to go. Poor guys.
We decided to take the train from Vernazza to Monterosso al Mare to maximize our time in the beach town. The main attraction in Monterosso al Mare is its beautiful beach. The village boasts the largest sandy beach in the Cinque Terre region, known as Monterosso Beach. Visitors can relax on the golden sands, swim in the crystal clear waters of the Ligurian Sea, or rent sun loungers and umbrellas for a day of seaside leisure. The beach promenade is lined with colorful umbrellas, cafes, and gelaterias, creating a vibrant and inviting seaside atmosphere. But here's where we realized we made a mistake. In Florence, we had packed a bag with our bathing suits and towels, but we left it in our rental car at the La Spezia train station. Oops. It was a beautiful sunny day, and while the water was still chilly, our daughter wanted to swim and play on the beach. Luckily, immediately behind us, we found a souvenir shop that had the beach essentials we needed. So 30 euros later, we found ourselves relaxing at a table on the beach with our toes in the sand at the Stella Marina Beach Bar restaurant, while our daughter made new friends and played in the water and the sand. This is another time where we let the day decide our itinerary instead of sticking strictly to our pre-planned itinerary. We planned on visiting the last two cities, Manarola and Riomaggiore, before heading back to La Spezia and Florence. However, the beach day was so relaxing, and our daughter was having so much fun, and we were enjoying the best Italian herb chicken we'd had so far in Italy and probably ever in our life. By the way, you can check out the recipe we figured out how to recreate stateside in the comments. But anyway, with all of this said, we decided to Omaha our plans for the last two cities and spend the rest of the afternoon and evening just relaxing on the beach in beautiful Monterosso al Mare. Cinque Terre, we will see you again next May 2024. For our 2024 trip, I think we will stay in Monterosso al Mare. I think the beach will be the best place for us to stay as our home camp so that our daughter can play on the beach. But if you think that we should do something else or stay in one of the other 5 villages, let us know in the comments because we are still actively trying to plan our trip for next May.